All praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai. Double honors to Apostle and Elders in New York, GMS. Salutation to you, Akim, that's teaching the truth, and Shalom to you, Sirius Aquaf. My name is Maya Ka'ala, Button Gad, the Chicago branch of Great Millstone. We're not affiliated with any violent or militant groups. We're not affiliated with any Islamic groups. We're not affiliated with individuals that label Black Hebrew Israelites or call themselves Black Hebrew Israelites. The Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, speckled birds, scattered abroad. Speckled birds are Israelites who look like other nations, but their fathers' paternal bloodline go back to the 12 tribes of Israel. And right here, this is a picture from Twitter where you got Nick Cannon, you got Rabbi Abraham Cooper, and Reverend Johnny Moore. Matter of fact, one of the shows on the Nick Canyon class, whatever the show called, it's on YouTube and stuff. And it is what it is, man. I'm not surprised at anything. Once you become part of this entertainment industry, you gotta follow their program or get the hell out, or they gonna blacklist you and you ain't gonna find no job. So that's why Nick Canyon folded about 5-6 months ago. All right, then they brought on Rabbi Cooper. Then they brought another guy on there. He said he ain't gonna accept Nick Canyon apology, man. All right, and everybody know who the true children of Israel are. Everybody know who is the counterfeits. All right, so Nick Canyon, he's Israelite. He's Israelite. Now the guy on the right, I don't know. I can't judge his name. He could be Israelite. Last name Moore, or he could be an Edomite that took the last name Moore. So who knows, man? But the point is, look at Nick Canyon's shirt. And you got Akim say, why he got that on. Anything, when people think more, they think of Islam, but the Moors were Israelites. Okay, that's all it was. That converted to Islam because some Jates in Morocco. Then what was that? 7th century AD. All right, so they converted Islam along with the Berbers and natives of Morocco. All right. Then you had some Israelites from Spain and Portugal. Basically Spain. All right, they run back to Morocco for I can't think of that word, for safety. Just bait for safety. I'll try to think of another word for it. All right, for safety too. They went into the 8th century. They went into Spain. They conquered Spain. All right, then it just back then they had women start popping women and stuff, and he might women. All right, any women that get their hands on, man. That's Jake, man. Jake Love. Jake got a big sexual appetite, man. Some of you brothers and sisters that's listening to you wouldn't be here, man, if the Moors never popped some of Edomite women or the other women of different nationalities, man. You wouldn't be here. All right, but this way you got more. You got with the 7 on there. All right. Let's see, the circle 7, which comes from the Moors Science Temple. All right, and you had they call it Noble Drew Ali. Came with the Moors Science Temple. All right, Moors. Moors, if I'm not mistaken, the Moors Science Temple. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. We learn something every day, but as far as I know, all right, he came with the circle 7, the Quran, right? Which is a doctrine he made up, you know. But our people that identified, um, our people they knew they was Israelites, you know. A lot of people knew it was Israelites, but they um, identified that the banner on the more, you know. When you say more, all right, more is Israelites, man. Point blank, all right, and put this in and get this out, man. The Israelites did not come from the Canaanites. There is no historical document showing that um, some Canaanites conspired together to throw away they true nationality, Canaan, and say, hey, we making up Israel. No, you're not gonna find it. There's no historical records of it. There's no historical records of Canaan. Um, Canaan accusing Israel of once being Canaanites and turned on their own nation. You're not gonna find that. All right. You're not gonna find or Moabites or Moabite, all the other nations they joined together for me. You're not gonna find that historical record of that. You're not gonna find it. All right. There is like the sin for Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob forefather was Shem. All right. It's the sin from Hebrew Arbar. Arbar means from the past, not crossover. All right. Arbar is the word Hebrew comes from. All right. That's how you correctly say it in the ancient tongue, Lashawan Kodash, the holy tongue. You know, right? So you go to this and get the scripture right here. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 5. The thoughts of the righteous are right, right? Our thoughts are righteous. We want to teach the true doctrine of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. I want the one everybody hear me call God, and his name is Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai is the one everybody hear me call Jesus. All right, and that's Yahweh's son. Okay, um, and he thinks like his father. Hebrews 13:8, man. You know, it proved it, right? You know, he do the will of his father, man. You know, all right. So our thoughts to bring out truth and righteousness, man. To bring out truth, who the Israelites are, who the Edomites are, who the Moabites are, who the Hamites are, how the America gets started, the economy. You know, how to deal with the woman. You know, how to be brotherly towards each other, man. You know, all right. The current events. You know, with the RFID, the Mrs. Vaccination. All right, World War III, etc. The chariots, man. All right, so we about the truth. All right, we'll continue. But the counsels of the wicked are deceit, right? The counsels of the wicked are deceit, all right? Um, these two men that's standing beside Nick Canyon, all right? Their people are they're not about the truth; they're about deceit, all right? And it seemed like when whenever a person, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American descent, they wake up, they know they're Israelite. Somebody say, "Oh, what's your nationality?" "Oh, my nationality is Israel." You know, I'm from the tribe of Naphtali. You know, my father was a indigenous person from Argentine. Oh, what you say? You said what? No, those people over there in the over there in the Middle East. Oh man, no man, those the real Israelites, man. You're not, man. Man, that's blasphemy, man. Won't you just be yourself, man? Then all hell breaks loose, man. Why? Because what? Right? Go to Galatians 4:16. It says, I am therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth, right? So when you tell the truth in the ego society, man, they come against you verbally, man. Verbally, physical aggression, microaggression, man. All right, they blackball you, man. They fire you from your job. Your family turn against you, man. Everything, man. But what Yahweh said in Matthew chapter 10, you gotta bear your cross, man. All right, you gotta walk that path, man. You know, serving not above his master. Yahweh is our master, like I said, Matthew chapter 10. So he got persecuted. The world hated him. We gonna get persecuted. The world gonna hate us, man. All right, but you can't fold, man. All right, you read all throughout the Bible, our forefathers, man. They went through a lot of stuff. That's a lot of pressure, man, to be a righteous man. You know, people constantly talking about you. They ostracize you, man. They do things to just basically get you hell, man. And you have to be spiritual, not to be violent, man. You know, our warfare is spiritual. Read that Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12, man. All right, but let me get it. So they got this book right here, and you can see it. It said the next jihad. They talking about the war in Nigeria. You know, on this Nick Canyon show, the war between the Christians and the Muslims. With the Nigerians, they're Israelites anyway. That's what Rabbi Abraham Cooper. He's not gonna tell that. All right. Matter of fact, you see this article right here from CNN.com. It said Nigeria's Igbo Jew, the lost tribe of Israel. This is from 2003, February 4, 2003. All right, because the Igbo are Israelites. I'm going to skip down here. Yep. Remember, it says right here, in a country of 162 million people, tensions often lead to violent uprisings between Christians and Muslims. Being part of a religious minority can be an issue, but a boy where his keep his identity with pride. I am a Jewish Igbo, as these Israelites. It said the Igbo are one of Nigeria's largest ethnic groups, with population estimate ranging from 20 to 50 million. Our board is convinced that the Igbo ancestors were Jews. All right. Now, it's, a lot of them, they believe they're from the tribe of Gad, but it's more. You got Natalie, you got Ephraim over there, you got Manasseh, you got Levi. All right, you got Asher. I heard there's Issachar over there, Nigeria. Man, what's the rest of those tribes over there? Oh yeah, Zebulon. They got Zebulon. As you know, it's Judah is over there. You know, all right. They even say they claim the individuals over there some them Dan. You know, but I haven't seen that evidence in Nigeria. But I see people in synagogue. They claim to be Dan. You know. But again, make this point: the tribe of Dan is not among us in the Western Hemisphere, right? There's no tribe of Dan, you know. When we get in the kingdom, we'll find out what happened to Dan, you know. But anyway, he said the son Jacob was Gad, and I learned he was among those people who went out of Israel to exile. Basically talking about Gad descendants, all right. That's what he's talking about during the Syrian captivity. All right, then some of the northern kingdom is with the southern kingdom, man. When it was like a little small reign, because majority of them was over here in Americas after they left after they came out of Syrian captivity. Okay. It says so from there he had a son Eri and gave birth to a son Gary. That's how the Igbo race began. All right, but like I said, it's more than that tribe. You see right here, from generation to generation, some Igbo passed down various versions of the migration story fainting around Jacob, a patriot of Judaism. Like, we don't deal with Judaism, man. All right, he's just a patriot of Israel, and he had laws, statutes, commandments of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. All right. A popular version narrative hold that Gad, the seventh son of Jacob, had three sons, set in present day Nigeria. I said his descendants. All right. Which is predominantly handled by Igbo. Those sons, Eri, RRL, is mentioned in the book of Genesis. I said had fought clans, established kingdoms, and founded towns still in existence in southeastern Nigeria today, including Ori, Yormali, Arakochuko, who arguably. All right, so the Gadite, descendant Gadites came to, though descendants, those sons came to Nigeria. All right. So anyway, it was a long time that most likely during 70 AD, or it could be before that, because Jake was going to Africa doing, they was having problems with the Edomites that was pretending to be the Greeks, because the original Greeks were a Japhetic people, brown skinned people, those people started calling themselves Greeks, those pale people. Read that in Matthew, Salat, not Matthew, First Maccabees, chapter 1. They Alexander came out of that land, came to that land and conquered it. He was the first group of those people. They began to pick up the culture and identity of the Japhetic people, brown skinned, dark Japhetic people, and start calling themselves the Greeks. All right, and the Japhetic people are the people, the Polynesian people, man. The Hawaiians, the Samoans, etc. Now you have some of our people scattered among them. I can't think all that group, the Jets. All right, that song "I Got a Crush on You." All right, those are speckled birds among Japhet. All right. And give right, it said wearing a white shirt with the Star of David stitched on the front. King Erie points to the counter of the wall of his palace that lists the names of 30 presidents. He had no doubts that Erie, his ancestor, he has acquired land, established center of study of Jewish culture, right? But all I gotta do is just open up their Bibles, man. They don't need you all know I'm talking about people to tell them that. That's why you got a lot of those Amalekats over there in Nigeria and stuff, but they take advantage of Jake naiveness. All right, but we got a camp over there. We got camps. We got a camp in Nigeria. We got camps in Ghana, South Africa, man. So, you know, but anyways, it says Israelites and Igbos, our brother, he said with a broad smile. All right, but he's probably talking about the Israelis, but Israeli means citizen of modern state Israel. Israelite means one who's connected to Jacob. Basically one descent from Jacob did difference. All right, like I said, like I said, Romans chapter 11, verse 9, some Jake's, I'm just paraphrasing, some Jake's just gonna be blind, some Jake's gonna wake up. Those are the potential elect of the 1/3 of Israel, man. So, but anyway, the Amalekites got everybody thinking they're the real Israelites. All right, it said King Erie, like many, claims the Igbo are the Jews of West Africa. Was it true? They believe they are descended one of the lost tribes in the 8th century. I'm gonna skip down. It says there is evidence that it's scientific that the Igbo descend from the people that evolved in Israel, say Rami Ola. We can investigate the stories from his youth more than a decade. When I grew up, I heard, like every virtual Igbo here, that the Igbo came from Israel. The Abu-based lawyer says his fieldwork in Nigeria, Chad, in Niger, and Mali led him to conclude that Igbo and Jewish culture are not just similar but identical. All right, and the correct way to pronounce Nigeria and Niger is really nigger. You look it up in Acts chapter 13, verse 1. It's gonna say nigger in blue letter, man. All right, but anyway, It says in his latest book, I draw a parallel between Hebrew rituals, custom, those practiced by Jews, share traditional practice, including circumcising the male, 8 children 8 days after birth. Now the Hebrew uh, calendar right now, days, they got 4 days in their calendar, but why would they why they ain't doing on that fourth day, but they did like the next week? Why? Because they are the Israelites still in belly and they man. Like I said, Romans chapter 8, verse 16, our spirit bear witness that we are the children of Israel. The same thing with the Robo man, all right? The same people anyway. Now you got people telling, well, circumcision, everybody do it. No, everybody don't do it on the 8th day, like the Israelites commanded to. All right. It said, children are practical circumcise the male children 8 days after birth, refraining from eating the unclean foods, taboo food, mourning for the dead for 7 days, celebrate the new moon, and conducting, which is the Shabbat, and conducting wedding ceremonies on the canopy. Some historians had noted Igbo were practicing these customs before exposure to the Bible and missionaries. All right, so this is oral, man. All right. It said Daniel leaves from the Institute of Jewish Study under Salak. Daniel leaves from the Institute of Jewish Study, University of Basel, Switzerland, is one of the most foremost research on Jewish identification among the Igbo. He says there have been clear continuity of Jewish identity among the Igbo. It's not just something that happened yesterday. Okay, so they always been doing this. The Swiss Israeli anthropologists say the Igbo Jewish identity can be traced back to the 18th century. Cross-cultural comparisons have been documented. People range from George Thomas Baston, the influenced Anglican missionary intergrapher who proposed that word Igbo involves corruption of Hebrew, which is facts. All right, because when you look at the ad, it said Hebrews for sale. You know. Anyway, it says to Alunda Aquino, a free Igbo slave living in 18th century British society. All right. So, all right. Oral story, historic notes, culture resemblance between Igbo and Jews have become compelling enough to lure diversity array of people to Saudi. All right. When talking about Jews, I know in the article they're referring to people over there in the state of Israel, but it's actually talking about the Israelites, the Jews in antiquity, all right, ancient times, all right. It's not talking about the Israelis, modern day citizen of the state of Israel. All right, so this is what these two now gonna tell you. All right, then another thing is get this right here, get this picture back right. They're gonna tell you more hard Israelites, man. You know. So I'm gonna go right here. It says what? Go to name your roots. Look at the name, surname Moro. The English meaning Moro is more. The name Moro is of Portuguese origin. There are many indicators the name of Moro may be of Jewish origin. Emanating from the Jewish communities of Spain and Portugal. All right. Of Spain and Portugal. Okay, so there you go. Them go down here. It says, well, our research has found that the family name Moro is cited with respect to Jews and crypto Jews, at least two by bibliographical documentary electronic reference. All right. So there you go, man. This is what they hide. These two men, people, hide the truth, man. Then you go right here. What's that? This is from Nature Has No Color Line, page 92. It says Italian families, reading the bottom right here, Italian families with the variation of more as Moretti, Morini, Morelli, when Negroes are many. The same true those with very Negro, Negrina. All right, so right here you look up the surname Moretti. It says the Moretti surname is a Jewish Italian name. It derived from the Italian word Moretto, meaning dark hair, and the Yiddish word Mordavich, meaning worker. All right, but we all know it means dark skin, man. Somebody that's dark skin. Then you go down here, it says Moretti translate dark hair workers. Some of these names are Mordu, Mordadal, Modor, Moret, Morita, Morit, Moriata, Moriarty, Moretti, etc. It said during the time period, enlightenment was spread through Italy and Europe, and many of the Jews in Italy were converted right to plantation Christianity. It said even though many Jews were converted, somebody getting judged for those sirens. It said even though many Jews were converted, their names carried down to the ties of Judaism. All right, we're talking about the Israelite culture that was once prevalent among a group of people. Today, genealogy can find the ties to Judaism through many names, including Moretti. All right, so there you go. All right, Moretti mean what? More. All right, you go right. All right, got that. All right, this is page 250 from the book, The Golden Age of the Moors. Says what? It says it said for centuries, I'm reading at the bottom, for centuries, Muslims and Christian Jews had lived side by side. In many instances, had so many intermarried, a new family were part Muslim, part Christian, part Jew. Right? Because they were the same people that just had different doctrines. Okay, like my family were Moors from Derbyshire, England. All right, Blackwell clan, man. All right, but they was Israelites. They were Moors. Those Moors are Israelites. All right, so they Moors, which were no, but they was Israelites, but they was practicing what? Christianity, man. All right. But anyway, a lot of them was knights, all right, knights, all right. But anyway, this is from the book, The Englishman, the Moor, and the Holy City. The True Adventures of a Elizabethan Traveler by Joanne Taylor. This page, I believe 20. What page is that? 26 or 25. Make sure so you all can find it, man. All right. And this is the truth that you're not gonna find. Not gonna get it from the Dagger Squad. None of that, man. All right, they not interested in the truth. All right. Oh, Sarnetta, none like that, man. It said Morocco was very angry at Spain, not only because the Spanish had seized Moorish lands in Andalusia, that's all right, and dealt appallingly with the Muslims, because the Spanish were continually capturing Muslims to serve as slaves in the Spanish colonies in the Americas. Okay, so the Moors were getting sent to Americas. All right. That happened during the late 15th century, and it was continuing. All right, it was continuing all throughout. You know, let's see. It says, go right here. It says there are many. This is page 117. There are many Jewish tribes and settlements throughout Morocco and Sahara. The Anad Musa, B'nai Musa, sons of Moses, one of the most spectacular Jewish tribes. Leo Africanus, a Moorish converted Jew. All right. Well, basically, he was an Israelite that went back to the law, statute, commandments. And the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, that's all it was. All right. And so the Moors are what? Israelites. Go right here. Now, this is from the book Africans and Native American by Jack D. Forbes. It says, let me see. It said the Spanish Empire in America presented a different situation from Africa. There was a multitude of Americans with whom both Africans and European Americans talking about the Northern Kingdom. The Africans is talking about the Southern Kingdom, Judah. And the Europeans Esau could intermix the term mestizo to be used in royal population 1533, but mulatto appeared irregularly until 1514. Prior to the later year, there were orders getting related to various issues which Negroes and mestizos were mentioned were doubtless Crown could have intended to include all classes of non-whites, but this is not clear. All right, so go to I hope I get the right because sometimes I'll be rushing. All right, what is that? Let's see what the other part is. But all right, mulattoes. All right, mulattoes from being sent to slaves to America without doubt his special license. All right. This order followed other 1826 that sought to prohibit heretics. Person condemned before Inquisition or relative Wolofs, numbers like Middle Easterners, Levantines, all right. They bring I see they getting some of people from the Middle East. Or others raised or servant among Muslims, including Negro de Guinea. New Christians of Jewish or Muslim background or any Negroes Latino had been in Spain for 2 years from going to the Indies without special royal license. All right, and this is the history that um, Reggie, so-called Dr. Reggie, well, doctor means make up things. All right, they like to hide. They don't want to admit. All right, well, you got people like Dr. Reggie and all them. Just all you gotta do is dig up the history of the Moors, Jews, and Berbers and Gypsies being brought here as captives. Some come over here as free. All right, they will bring that history out, man, to shut them down, man. They can't deny it because it's too documented. It's documented, man. All right, God brought this fat out to Reggie. He he will begin to butt dance and all this stuff. All right. Anyway, it says the 1530 Sedilla dealt with only slaves. It ordered that slaves should not pass an Indian Nito Blancos, Negroes, Loros, or mulattoes without express license. This license was not obtained. The slaves would be confiscated. Moreover, if the slaves sent without license were Barbrisco de Costa Moros or Udios, mean Jew, or mulatto, the head of the fleet had to return the slave to Spain at the cost of sender. In other words, if the slave was Berber, Muslim, Jewish groups, or mulatto, he or she could not be left in the Indies. All right, but like I said, you gotta bring a special. You have a special license, man. All right. It said clearing. Still more serious, what the sin of Morisco slave would result in addition a large fine. Like I said, they was ignoring it. It was ignored anyway. It said clearly Morisco's conquer and forcibly converted Muslims were considered most dangerous regardless of color. The second most were other Muslim Jews, Berbers, mulattoes. Presumed the term Laura used the first enumeration might be included under mulatto in the second, although Laura Muslim or Jewish or Berber background could be covered by reference to those groups specifically. Now, why were mulatto considered so dangerous by the crown? So a comment. All right, but anyway. All right. Let's show you Esau. Just the point is that the Jews, the Moors, the Berbers also were brought here to Americas, man. All right, which they hide these people, these two gentlemen. All right, the nation of the eagle. Okay. Then you go right here, page 124, book from Babylon the 10th, but 2. All right, it says as well it says right here, as time elapsed, the black Jews in Portugal, the black Jews in Portuguese colonial possession became known as Black Portuguese. It says right here, they were called Black Portuguese because they were born in Portugal and they knew history, culture, language. Don't skip down here. It says, go down. It says, I'm just gonna skip right here. It says, as a result, Alan Gabe writes, Winwood Reed met blacks in Guyana, West Africa, who called themselves Portuguese and claimed descent from Portugal. Reed wrote in his book in 1864 another case of Daniel Pimenta write us and Captain Cutler, a slave trader from Boston, were barbarously murdered with two of his sailors by a community of black Portuguese established near the mouth of Sierra Leone River, right? So these were Israelites. These were Portuguese Jews that murdered this slave trader in 1864. It's funny as the year 1865 before the so-called emancipation proclamation really didn't free our people, but but the others prove, man, this that we are the Israelites, man. Right? Moors are Israelites, point blank, man. All right, that's why our ancestors in 1899 they had a synagogue, all right, called what the Moors Zionist Zoo. That's before the Moors Science Temple was established, man. All right. Let's see. Get a picture of them. And this is in Harlem, New York. All right. We'll see them right here. All right, because what the Moors were Israelites. So I hope you've been edified and shalom. Oh, and the book I read about the Moorish scholar that's from also from Babylon the Timbuktu, but shalom.